Good day, East Texas. Let's do big things together. I'm big on news, sports, entertainment, lifestyle, and community. And being intentional to me is about bringing a commitment and attention to topics, people, and facts to try to reflect what is most important. And during March for Women's History Month, I'm conducting an interview series featuring remarkable women from across East Texas and across the nation. And in this inaugural series, I am talking with Dr. NaTasha Crain, who was recently named the 2024 Texas Alliance of Black School Educators Principal of the Year. So amazing. We're so excited to have you here with us. Thank you for joining us and being here. So would you just start by telling the community a little bit about yourself?
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes.
Personally, I came from humble beginnings. I'm from Longview, Texas, born and raised there, so I am an East Texas girl. Professionally, I have been in education for 21 years. Started out as a classroom teacher, of course, a high school teacher, taught all the grade levels from 7th grade to 12th grade. And then I moved to Tyler and started my administrative career in curriculum and instruction. Then I moved to an assistant principal role. I was an assistant principal at 2 campuses, and for the last 7 years, I've been at my most favorite job ever as the principal of Jones Elementary. So it's been quite an experience.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's amazing, though. Thanks for sharing that about you. I, too, came from humble beginnings and can relate. And so proud of you for excelling and getting to where you are, because I know that it takes work, and I'm sure your family's very proud of you, too. And so it's interesting. So, just bringing up family, I believe family is a treasure. And so what traits in your family do the women have, and how have they shaped the way you view the world and believe that women should act like?
Oh my gosh, the women in my family, or that have been in my family, most of the women that have raised me, honestly, are not here anymore. But in the short time that they were here, they taught me so much about being a woman of integrity, being a woman that speaks up for herself. And so that was something that I struggled with growing up, being an only child. I'm an only child, but I was very shy. And when I tell people that now, they're like, I don't believe you. But I really was very shy, and it was, very hard for me to just speak up and express my feelings. And so that was something that the women in my family really worked with me on and taught me. Found a mentor. My 5th grade teacher was a strong woman, and she was like, you're smart, but if you don't speak up, you're going to be in the background. Yep. And so what are you going to do? Yeah. And so from that point forward, that has always stuck with me, to speak up for myself as a woman, be strong. The women in my family are, they're very strong, resilient, have a lot of grit. And so I take all of those characteristics with me today, and I hold on to them. Yeah,
well, it sounds like those are great lessons. And so I like that. It's like they're telling you to own your presence and speak up. So you can get yourself a seat at the table, and you've done just that. If you hadn't followed that advice, I don't think you'd be named Principal of the Year, lady. Yeah, right. Yes. So, is there a historical figure, a woman historical figure that has inspired you?
There's so many, and it's hard to name, but I just think about my role as a leader, a servant leader, and that makes me think about Harriet Tubman. She was very selfless and took a risk, and being a leader, especially in the world of education, is about taking risks, and it is a selfless job. Sometimes it feels thankless. Luckily, I have good people around me that always fill my bucket like I feel there, so that's what makes my job so special. But taking the lead and taking charge to do what's right, stand up for what's right, I take that thought with me of leading people and making sure that when I lead people, I want them to be in a better place. Yeah, that's amazing. What are some ways, if you can give an example, that you try to empower others so they can be in that better place? I am a servant leader. I feel like, being an educator, I'm very involved in my community, so it is about, community service, but specifically, in my role at my campus, I try to, we have a growth mindset, and so every day we have an acronym, and the first one says keep growing, and so we instill that for our students, but I also instill that for the adults in the building, because if you're not able to grow, then how can you tell that to kids?
Yes.
And so on a professional level, you know, any teacher that wants to grow, I give them that opportunity. I have a shared leadership philosophy on my campus, and so you lead where you are. And so whether that's your name on the door in the classroom, or whether that's you taking on another role around the campus or in the community, you lead and you serve. And so when you lead and you serve, you grow.
Yes.
And so I love the opportunity to be of service to people, but also see them grow, because that means that I'm having an impact on the specific work that they're doing.
Right. Okay. Will you share that that theme or motto again that you said?
Yes. So our campus theme is Keys to Achieve, and so we have an acronym for KEYS. And so K is for keep growing, E is for encourage others, Y is you are destined for greatness, and S is for successes within reach.
That is
And we say
great.
that every single morning.
That is so great. And do the kids say that as well?
The kids say it every single morning in our morning meeting.
Yeah, and they are going to take that with them. That in itself is an invaluable lesson. If they just take nothing else from school every day and use that, it is going to help them and help so many other people that they cross paths with.
Right.
That is so good. So proud of
Thank
you. So I believe that, you know, being a woman and becoming yourself is just really a special occasion. So what advice would you give to other people in the act of, you know, undertaking becoming your best self?
I feel like becoming your best self is being authentic. You have to be true to yourself, be who you are. And for me as a Black woman, that's very important, to just be yourself and own it. Be reflective, and so understanding that perception is reality. And so if you want to change the perception, then you have to also look within and make that change, and be, you know, cognizant of it and be intentional. And so I would encourage women that are, you know, wanting to grow and wanting to get to the next level, do the work, but be yourself and own it.
Yes.
And so when people see that you're authentic, they are drawn to you, because it's not what they see on the outside, it's what's in you.
Yes.
And what's in you is always going to come out.
Yes, it's so good. I feel like everybody in the community right now is saying, preach, preach, Dr. Crain. Yes. And so you saying Keys made me think of Alicia Keys singing like, this girl is on fire. So that, I really like that song, and you can't help but get amped up anytime you hear that song. And so if your life was like translated into some music or a film or a movie, like what scene would it be? What would be the opening scene, and why?
The opening scene, oh my goodness. Well, one of my favorite songs is by Mary Mary, and it's The God in Me.
Yes.
And so it's, you know, the verse is, what is it that you think you see? So like I said, it's not what you see on the outside. You know, I may come out as very polished, but what happens in the dark, what happens in my prayer closet is what comes out.
Yes.
And so it's what's in me. And so I hope that every day, you know, that people are watching me, they see what's in me, and they see that my light is shining every day. And so I think that I take that song with me. I listen to it all through the week, because, you know, part of it says you don't know how much I prayed. You don't know how much I gave. Yeah. And so I want people to see that it is the God in me.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I think that they are seeing that. I mean, you just got your touching lives every day just by using the word keys and the meaning behind it, and making these kids and your staff, your team, you know, recite this over and over to help them get better each day. So I 100% think that they are seeing the God in you. And so we didn't talk about this, and I mean, I congratulated you on the award, but hey, I didn't ask, what does the award mean to you?
It means a lot. It's a state award. I have, you know, currently Tyler ISD is Principal of the Year, thankfully, and I'm so thankful for all of those things. But having a state award that's reflective of, you know, my hard work, and having the opportunity to put Tyler ISD on the map, and especially my school, Jones Elementary, on the map, it just means so much. It is a collective effort, so I don't take that award with me alone. I include everyone that has worked and been a part of our success along the way. So it just means a lot. To be able to have a moment at the spotlight to talk about, you know, our district and our school, and it's just reflective of all the hard work that everyone has done. Yeah.
That's such a great, another good thing. You just show that a good quality you have as a leader, as like complimenting your team and recognizing that you're here also because of the help of your team. And so it slipped past me. So you're the Tyler ISD Principal of the Year, and now you've been named the Texas Alliance of Black Educators Principal of the Year. So we got a double shoulder dust off, right? Okay.
Double shoulder.
Yes, that's all right. You dusted off. You earned it. No, that's so good. So I want to, give you the last word to close us out. And why do you think Women's History Month is important?
I think Women's History Month is so important because there are a lot of inequities that women face, in the professional world, and just the stigma that they even have in their personal lives. And so being a woman and celebrating being a woman, specifically for me on a personal note, being a successful Black woman, I think deserves a lot of accolades, because it is very difficult to make a way for yourself, but for me, I want to pave the way for others. And so if you have an opportunity to do that as a woman, that's huge. And so I think any woman that we can celebrate with what they're doing in their personal lives, what they're doing professionally, what they're doing in the community, deserves some recognition and encouragement to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a great answer. And because you said it best, like, you don't know, it's not just your careers, like what's going on in your personal lives, what's going on in your prayer closet, like you just need that encouragement. And just so that's so good. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that maybe you want to share with the community before I let you go?
I don't think so. I think, things that I have going on, personally, I am a community advocate. I do a lot of community service through my sorority, church involvement and things like that. And I just think, those are the things that are important, is, really about, I live a life of service and I enjoy it. Yeah,
no, that's great. Well, we are so thankful to have had time with you here on East Texas Now. And so congratulations again to our right now Tyler ISD Principal of the Year, and also being recently named the 2024 Texas Alliance of Black School Educators Principal of the Year, Dr. NaTasha Crain. And so stay tuned for more in-depth interviews as we close out Women's History Month. Drop me a line at amanda.gaddison at KLTV.com. I want to hear from more remarkable women, so share stories with me of people you think that I should meet with. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.